Hi, my name is Dre, and I like looking at armpits, which is why I'm reading this manga called Yokubou Pandora, also known as Desire Pandora or Pandora of Lust. This was actually suggested to me by this viewer from the last Armpit manga that I covered, so thank you Flurple for sharing to us this wonderful piece of literature. And you can buy this manga at Bookwalker, Amazon, and eBooks Japan for $7 each volume, I think. So yeah. I started reading this manga last year and, well, I didn't think this manga will turn me into an armpit enthusiast. This work of art provides us an experience that no other ecchi manga can give us. Now, I really want to show you some of the panels that show the armpits, but I think YouTube may accidentally recognize them as female genitalia. I mean, if you go see it for yourself, these armpits look like shaved vagina. Not gonna lie, this armpit extravaganza of a manga showcases the sexiest armpits ever drawn by human hands, and there is never a dull moment in every volume. 90% of the panels show that there's always something lewd happening that'll keep your eyes glued to this cultured piece of literature. So now you're wondering what's the story about. Well, there's very little to talk about. I don't really know what story there is to tell. Basically, what happens is that one day, our MC, Takai, wished for a sexy angel who'll accept all of his lustful desires. Then suddenly, a beautiful blonde demon named Roselia just appeared before him. And from there, the story just follows the daily lewd shenanigans of our characters, and yeah, that's it. Everything else is eye candy. I do have to say that despite the narrative having no real direction, I do like the chemistry between Takai and Roselia. We have a succubus demon that is dedicated to her job by fulfilling one's carnal desires, and a guy whose lust will never be satisfied. It's a perfect match in my opinion, and I like how the manga slightly hints that they are made for one another. Other than the oddly sweet interactions between Takai and Roselia, there's not really much else to say because of how little the actual plot is, but that's okay. I don't really mind that this manga has no meaningful story. You know why? Because we're here for one thing and one thing only, and it's to look at sweaty, succulent armpits. You know, despite armpits being the main attraction, I was pretty surprised with the variety of other kinky shit that this manga has in store. I don't want to sound like an IGN review, but this manga has a little something for everyone. Aside from armpits, we got ass, camel toe, sexy backs, feet, thighs, light BDSM, a little sister with a brother complex, booty sweat, hot nuns, lolly, pantyhose, big boobs, small boobs, no boobs, tomboys, strip teasing, and a lot more. Sadly, there are no sex scenes and full-on nudity, but the ecchi moments are so hot that I think you can nut to it. The MC does every lewd thing imaginable to the armpits. He licks, sniffs, sucks, bites, and kisses the armpit so passionately as if it's the tastiest thing in the planet. There was also this one panel where the MC would squeeze Roselia's armpits and lewd juices would come out. You know how like in those food videos where people would cut a cross-section of a burger, then they squeeze them to show how juicy they are? Yeah, the same thing happens here but with armpits. We also got other spicy action like consensual tit squeezing, waist grabbing, ass rubbing, stomach licking, a little bit of tongue-on-tongue action, and feet licking with full-on toe sucking if you're into that kind of thing. That will either excite you or gross you out, so yeah. Now let's talk about my major gripes for this manga. Thankfully, I got only one issue and it's the inclusion of lollies. That's the only thing that I dislike about this manga. This is just me, but I think the lolly just doesn't fit in. I don't care if she's actually 100 years old, whenever the lolly shows up I get an instant softie. I personally don't like lollies in my ecchi manga, they just kill the adult vibe in my opinion. So far, everything else is okay. Well, for now. And for my final thoughts, I don't think I'll ever look at armpits the same way again. I've learned to finally appreciate good armpits. After reading 2 volumes, I took some time to reflect and realize how often we take armpits for granted. Most of the time, we only give attention to boobs and vagina, but we never appreciate the beauty of God's design with the female underarm. Also, these are just my thoughts, but what if there's a deeper meaning behind this manga? What if there's a hidden message we're not seeing? We often forget that armpits are an intimate part of our bodies that only our lovers can appreciate, and we see Takai being intimate to Roselia's armpits. Maybe love is what all this manga is about. Maybe the author is trying to express love through the illustrations of armpits. Or maybe armpit is love. Okay, what I said there really sounded stupid, but yeah, those are just my thoughts. And yeah, that's it. That was Desire Pandora. So, what do you think? Have you read this manga? Will you give this a shot? Do you have an affinity for armpits? Let me know your thoughts down below, and if you have any other manga suggestions, please feel free to share it with us in the comment section. Before I sign off, sorry I haven't been posting, I've been busy with my new job, but don't worry, I'll still make videos when I have the time and energy. With all that said, thanks for making it until the very end of the video, and as always, this is Dre, and I'll see you when I see you. Take care.